Hello, Meeks and Kristen. I am coming to you, sorry, my eye is itchy, on the opposite end of the day as last week. My weekends have been oddly just busy, just trying to do things and wedding plan and do laundry. Because laundry for me is like laundromat status, so I spend like a couple hours there and it's just boring. But thankfully, this week, MJ went with me, and so that was a little bit better. Um, so, getting right into things, Meeks, I'm so sorry that you've been sick. I'm really glad that you're feeling a little bit better, at least according to Snapchat. I want to see your face soon. I know I'm getting impatient. I'm trying not to. I just really miss your face. Sorry, my lamp is falling down. I'm trying to fix it underneath you guys. Uh, Meeks. I'm just gonna say Meeks over and over again because I love you and I hope you're doing well. I want to know what's going on. I want to know how your job is. I want to know how your life is. I want to know how your health is. I want to know everything. Tell me everything. I'm sure that actually discouraged you instead of encouraged you, and I'm sorry. But I love you still. Okay. Also, Kristen, I just want to say real quick that I hope your braces are going well. I know that a lot of people have trouble eating and like having a hygiene and stuff with them. I know I'm saying that weirdly, but I just hope that everything is going okay with them. I know that they can be troublesome and also painful. And so I hope that they're okay and that you're slowly and frustratingly getting used to them. So, kind of like Kristen, I did not weigh myself this week either because I've just been really stressed out and I only exercised like twice this week, though I have been trying to walk more at work too. And, you know, I haven't been eating too bad, but I haven't been eating super great either. And I'm sorry that I'm yawning, because now I'm tired, but not because I just woke up, but because I'm going to go to bed soon. So I didn't weigh myself either, which is funny. I feel kind of bad, but it's good. Like Kristen said, it's like accountability. But I feel bad because you were saying that I was super inspiring and stuff, and now I didn't do as great. However, I do have some good news, and that good news is my blood pressure. I had a doctor's appointment on Friday. I had two, kind of. Well, one of them was my allergy shots, which I get every week, which are dumb. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should show you guys. I don't think you'll be able to see it on the camera, but one of my arms is real itchy and red because of one of my allergy shots. Anyway, that's not important right now. What's important is that when you go to the doctor, they did weigh me, but technically I did weigh in this week, but I actually chose not to look at it, and she didn't tell me. She didn't say it out loud. I don't know if she just saw me not looking and was like, "Oh, I better not say anything." But I didn't look at it, so I don't know what it said. But doctor's offices always weigh you heavier than the home scales, so F that anyway. I'm glad I didn't look because it would have been uh, devastating anyway. So I figured since it's been stressful, why add more stress? But sorry, back to blood pressure. So what happened was I was talking to her about stuff, and she was like, "Oh, do you have a history of high blood pressure?" And I was like, "Not really. Like, sometimes it got higher for actually probably a year or two, and we've been trying to get it down, but like sometimes it's up and sometimes it's not. But secretly, I knew that it's when I'm eating healthier that I get lower blood pressure, and when I don't care, I get higher blood pressure." But I'd kind of eaten badly the day before, and I was like, oh, the sodium's still going to be in my bloodstream, so it's probably going to be higher. And then they have to be like, well, you have to be careful, and they give you a lecture, so blah, blah, blah. Never been diagnosed with high blood pressure. They've always just said, eat better so we don't have to diagnose you with high blood pressure. But, woot woot, 120 over 80, which means I'm in the normal range. So I was really happy about that. It was really worrying me for a while to have higher blood pressure. But it's nice to know that, like, eating better helps my blood pressure, and that it's just good. It's good because, you know, the parents and people, like, will bug you about being healthy, and it's more pressure when you know that it's actually hurting you, and it's less pressure when you know that eating better is helping. So, okay. So, good blood pressure. Yay, I'm happy. It's something, even though I didn't weigh myself. I know that it means that I'm on the right track to doing good things. So, I'm looking at notes. Oh, yeah! So, exercising. I didn't do a lot of it this week. However, Kristen, I want to know more about these virtual 5Ks because they sound super interesting. Even though I'm running right now. It's super interesting. Yeah. Like, not having to show up somewhere early in the morning to do a 5K sounds amazing. It takes all the stupidness out of 5Ks. So you should let me know about those, because that would be cool. I know I probably can't run them all right now, but I'd be interested in, like, you know, starting from the bottom while we're here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway, so yeah, I'd be super interested to know if you do more of those. So, you also mentioned, Kristen, watching TV while you walk. I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but it was for a short time, but I also got super into reading while I walked. It sounds hard, but it isn't, actually. So, it's another thing to think about. Also, I like listening to podcasts, which are kind of like listening TV shows. So, just some ideas. Yeah. Also, yeah, they have TVs at the gym. I've been watching this weird show that's like a game show, but like the network didn't want to spend any money on bringing people to the show, so it's like webcam answering questions on a webcam. It's real weird, but people don't have to go anywhere. They just stay in their homes to play the game show. So, yeah. Oh, I had a question. Let me talk about let me talk about two things real quick, and then I'm gonna ask two questions. So I have two more responses to Kristen's video, and then I'm gonna not gonna answer my questions. I'm gonna ask two more questions. Two questions about fitness or something. I can't remember. I'll know in a second when I look at my notes. So, I wanted to make a note about the personal trainer stuff. I'm also super interested in that. I've always wanted to try, like, Nutrisystem or something like the personal trainer diet thing, because it's, like, easy as heck, because all you have to do is eat the food they give you. You don't have to do anything. I mean, you have to exercise and stuff, but you don't have to do anything according to, like, really preparing food. However, I don't think that people really realize how much I spend on food a month, because people are just like, you what do they say? They're like, you'll save so much, you actually save money on it. And I'm like, or it's not that much more expensive. And the truth of it is that it's almost double what I spend on groceries. I spend about maybe $160 a month on groceries, just because I don't like spending money on groceries. And maybe I should spend more, but I just can't really afford it. So to double that cost for me is kind of not doable right now. However, um, it's something I've always wanted to do. So I really want to know how this works out because I'm super interested in it. It sounds really cool to me. Okay, so also challenges. I have been doing these challenges on the app that I use to log food that I eat, and it's been really cool so far. I don't know if I've talked about them before, but I did one. Sorry, I'm so sorry for yawning. That's so rude, and I'm not even gonna edit it out. Anyway, I did one last um last month that was just like point system. Just whatever you did on that site, whether it was logging food or exercise or whatever you did on that website, you could get a certain amount of points. And so people cheat on that site a lot. Like they'll log stuff. Like, for example, the one that I'm doing this month is the fitness challenge or whatever, and it's minutes of fitness. And during the first 2 days, like 5 or 6 people logged 2,000 minutes or something stupid of minutes of fitness. And I was like, well, so there's not really any point in trying to win these contests, but it's really cool to see how many you how many minutes you actually do, and you usually get a badge or something on your page or whatever at the end of it. So I love challenges. I really want to know also how this challenge goes for you, Kristen, the one that you signed up for. I love them. I love short-term ones, so I don't know how I'd do with like a 49-day one, I think you said, but I like the month ones a lot. I'm sorry, my arm is so itchy. I mentioned it once and now I can't help it. So, yeah, I want to know things. I want to know things about all of your guys' lives. So, now I have 2 questions. Question number 1 is stretching. I would like to know how much stretching you guys do because I feel like I do an abnormal amount of stretching, especially because I sit so much at work, even though I'm trying to stand for half the day. I feel like if I sit for when I go through intervals of sitting and standing, at the end of my intervals of sitting, I can feel, I'm pointing to my hip flexors, which you can't see, but my hip flexors get real tight and like achy. It's real weird. And obviously my back stuff is normal for when you sit for a long time. However, I'm just wondering how much you guys stretch. If I'm just used to it because you stretch a lot when you are singing. You have to stretch out and loosen up your whole body. So I'm just wondering if I'm just used to it because I'm used to doing that for singing, or if I just am really a tense person and I need to stretch a lot. Because I'll stretch probably once an hour. I'm stretching right now my hips because I'm sitting down. I stretch probably at least once an hour at work. Sometimes if I want to do kind of more intense stretches, I'll go to the bathroom so I can bend over and stuff like that without looking weird. So I'm just wondering how much do you guys stretch, and do you notice a difference when you stretch? Number 2 question is, I've really been wanting to get, Kristen was talking about a pedometer that she wears all the time. I think you might have a Fitbit, but I was trying to see if I wanted a Fitbit, and I think that I do, but I've heard bad things about the Fitbit, and I've heard bad things about the Jawbone. I've heard more bad things about the Jawbone, which is also like a Fitbit-like device. And so I was just wondering if you have had one, what you think about it, or if you've had another device, what you think about that, and if you think that it's worth it for me to get it. So, I don't feel like I talked for that long, but apparently I talked for 15 minutes. So, I hope that you guys have a really good week. I look forward and I hope to see both of your faces. I would really like answers to my questions, if that's okay, if that's not too much pressure. And also, I just want to hear about how things are going. whether or not they've been mentioned or not, and whether or not I asked about them. So, everyone have a fitful, not a fitful, don't have fits. Just have a fitness-filled week, okay? Gosh darn it. Live happy and healthy lives and happy lives. Okay, I love you both. Okay, good night. I'm gonna go to sleep now.